We are now 3/4 of the way there with evolution mode, and so we are now going to do our second to last weekend race of the game, which will officially be the 911-993 trophy. And then once we are done with this, we should just have the 996 trophy left to claim. And I've already shown you what car it is I'm going to be using for the next event, and I have decided that next car is officially going, once I find it, it's got to be here somewhere. Yeah, here it is. It's this. The 1995 Porsche 911 Turbo 3.6 993. As for the colour, well... Yeah, why not? Let's get this thing in silver and see how it looks. Because why not? Anyways, it's now time for us to head over to our penultimate weekend race of the game, which is the 911-993 trophy. And then after this we will just have one more of these to do, and that will be the 911-996 trophy. So we are going to Harbour, which is in Scotland. The race record is 4 minutes and 3 seconds, set by Axel in the 911 Turbo, and if we can win the race we can potentially get 25 grand. And the car is in reasonable condition, but I'm probably going to have to make sure I do some repairs on the brakes. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to make sure these brakes are a little bit better. Yeah, I can repair the suspension as well. That's okay. Yeah, that should pretty much be it for the repairs. Anyways, I decided to basically get one of the best models I could get for this event, and that was why I bought the 911 Turbo. Not just because it's a Class 1 car, but also because it's one of the best cars I can drive in this event. So hopefully I will manage to actually win the event this time. Hopefully. Since I do have one of the best cars in the field, or potentially one of the best cars in the field, I should have an actual shot at winning it this time, because I'm using Class 1 material. And I'm also pretty sure compared to the other car I used, I will not be woefully underpowered in terms of speed. So hopefully this car will be the answer to my troubles, once I can figure it out. I'm also pretty sure I just hit a mailbox. Anyways. Just gotta try and keep my mistakes to a minimum and see if I can manage to get the slingshot through there. I was only 4/10 off the lap record at the end of that first lap, which does surprise me quite a bit. I'm also pretty sure had I not hit that I'm also pretty sure had it not been for me hitting that mailbox, I could have very well broken the lap record, now that I think about it. This is definitely a fast racetrack. It's basically Spa-Francorchamps levels of fast. And I do refer to the original layout when I say that, the original 8 mile layout. where you basically had to go balls to the wall for about 80% of the lap.
You've beaten a lap record for this track. It's the final lap.
Okay, 1 lap to go, sponsored by Credit One Bank. Can I manage to score the victory this time? Because I'm driving Class 1 material. It's becoming more and more likely now because, aside from me sustaining minimal damage to this thing, compared to many other races I've had here in Scotland, I'm hopeful in saying this time around I might be able to pull it off. If I can just keep my car on the road and keep those mistakes to a minimum, I should potentially pull it off. So, gotta brake early for this left-hander. Got a poor exit out of there, but it's okay because I still win.
You beat the track record. Congratulations. You've won the race.
And I also set a new lap record. So, that was way easier than the first time I did this. Oh yeah, I also need to get my thumbnail whilst I'm here because this is something that needs to be done. Still, that felt way easier than it did the first time I did this. Because the first time I did this, my car was significantly underpowered compared to the turbo. And it is fair to say that, well, because I was able to get the turbo this time around, it just felt way easier for me to win this race compared to the first time I did this event. This just felt way easier for me to do. And I can honestly say it was one of those situations where I actually said to myself, I don't think anyone can beat me. And then once we got into the final corner and I held on to the lead, I basically just said to myself, nobody can beat me. So it definitely proved I had a good car this time around. Probably the best car I could get for this event. And I was also very lucky to say that this car was available in the dealership when it was. Even though it did come after I did a game reset. Well, technically after aborting evolution mode. First time around, and then coming back into it and noticing this car was available for me to purchase. And I figured, well, this is an opportunity that's way too good for me to blow, so I'm just going to take it. So, won by 4 seconds in the end over Shock. Hayes was third, and Edge 2 finished in last in the 911 GT2. So it is fair to say the Turbo is clearly the best model for this event, and I'm honestly glad to say I was one of the guys using the best model in the end. I'm so glad I bought this car when I did. But yeah, that was the car I bought going into the previous segment, and I just decided to buy it so in case if it was out of the dealership, it at least meant I was ready the first time around. And that's precisely what I wanted to happen because I've now got the results to prove it. Alrighty then. So we should pretty much be over 3/4 of the way there now with game completion. Also gonna save the game just in case, because I figure, well, I don't want to be going through a lot of these events over again, so I'm just gonna take the get out of jail free card and just save the game now. But yeah, there it is. So we've now got the 911 993 trophy, officially. And next time we will be doing the 996 trophy, I think? Well, we'll wait and see. But anyways, one weekend race remains in this game. And then once that's done, we can move on to the Class 1 tournament and get through the circuit races, I think. But yeah, okay. So yeah, one weekend event remains, and that is the 911-996 trophy, which will be coming in the next segment. Stay tuned.